Hello and welcome back to Football Daily. FIFA 21 has hit the shelves, so it's time for us to bring you 10 shocking ratings from this year's edition. Let's get into it. 10. Atalanta. We start this list not with a player, but an entire team. Atalanta finished third in Serie A last season, appeared to be Juventus' last challenger for the Scudetto, and broke the league's single-season goals record with 98. However, they're only valued as the 5th best team in Italy, behind Juve, Inter, Lazio and Napoli. Whilst Papu Gomez and Josip Ilicic are deserving of their 86 and 84 ratings respectively, the rest of the squad leave a lot to be desired. Perhaps most notable is Luis Muriel, whose 18 goals was the same total as 83 rated teammate Duvan Zapata, achieved in little over half the minutes. However, the 29-year-old Colombian has actually seen his overall rating drop from an 80 to 79. Midfielder Ruslan Malinovsky is another deserving of an upgrade, but not receiving one. The 79-rated Ukrainian scored 8 and set up 3, with his .28 expected assists per 90 10th in the league for those featuring for at least 1,500 minutes. Finally, centre-back Rafael Toloi is just a 77, which just feels too low for Ladea's vice-captain at the heart of the defence. This Atalanta team deserves a little more respect. 9. Jack Grealish. By his nature, Jack Grealish is a character who divides opinion, so the reaction to his rating of 80 on FIFA 21 will also see you land in one of two camps, either lucky to get that much, or that is far lower than he deserves. And at FD we're very much in the latter, with last season being good enough for an upgrade. In 2018-19, the year Aston Villa were promoted from the Championship, the then 76 rated Englishman contributed 13 goals, as well as 2.1 shots, 2.3 key passes and 1.8 dribbles a match. Rewarded with a 77 card in FIFA 20, which rose to 80 in February, Grealish contributed 14 goals in the Premier League, while his key passes and dribbles rose to 2.5 and 2 per 90 respectively. Yet despite this jump in performance, culminating in his long overdue debut for England, the 25-year-old has remained at an 80. Comfortably Villa's best player, yes, but worse rated than Felipe Anderson, and on a par with Alain Saint-Maximin and Eric Lamela, 3 players whom Grealish considerably outperformed over the last 12 months. 8. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Having just turned 39, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is the oldest player to make our list. In fact, the Swedish star is the 5th oldest player in Europe's top 5 leagues, yet boasts an overall rating of 83 in FIFA 21. Some may argue it's deserved, following a successful return to AC Milan in January, where he bagged 10 in 18 appearances for the Rossoneri last term. However, we think his rating is rather generous considering his underlying numbers are down across the board from his time in LA. Serie A may be a stronger league than MLS, but his rating of 83, down by just 2 from the previous year, is still too high when compared with other forwards. Manchester City's Gabriel Jesus, for example, had his best season to date in 2019-20, scoring 23 and assisting 14 in all competitions. And since Ibra rejoined Milan, the Brazilian has managed 5 more goal involvements than the Swede when excluding penalties. Yet both players share the same rating. And if you think that's harsh, Leeds frontman Patrick Bamford, who's currently loving life in the Premier League with 3 goals and 2 assists in his first 4 games, has a rating of just 72. It's clear to see that Zlatan's huge reputation has bolstered his rating. 7. Thomas Müller and Alphonso Davies. Bayern Munich veteran Thomas Müller had an incredible season in Bavaria. 14 goals, 26 assists and 3 trophies to top it off. Only Robert Lewandowski contributed more goals to the team than the German. In fact, across Müller's fruitful career, he's only been more productive in one other season, 2015-16. Coming off the back of such a remarkable campaign, the 31-year-old would have expected to see his FIFA rating shoot up, but astonishingly no upgrade was applied and he remains on a rating of 86. That's less than fellow German Toni Kroos and tied with ageing star David Silva, who produced less than half Müller's goal output last term. With 21 Bundesliga assists, the most in the league, the World Cup winner's passing and vision have been upgraded, and rightly so. But having scored 14, 5 more than the previous season, it's surprising to see his shooting lowered from 83 to 82. But Müller is not the only Bayern player to be hard done by EA. Canadian fullback Alphonso Davies had a wonderful season too, with his pace and dribbling ability seeing him labelled by many as one of the best left-backs in the world. Yet a rating of just 81 ties him with the likes of Luke Shaw, Benjamin Mendy and Marcos Alonso, while 15 other left-backs have higher ratings than the 19-year-old. We get that he's still young and improving, but even so, Davies deserves more acknowledgement for his outstanding talent. 6. Barcelona. While there's no doubting that Barcelona are still the second best team in Spain, Their collapse in the second half of last year should raise questions over a number of their players' ratings in FIFA 21, although one we won't address is Lionel Messi, who at 93 is still the best player in the game, and deservedly so. Firstly, there's the 87 rated Sergio Busquets, who sees none of his 6 core attributes even top 83, and is considered the 4th best CDM in world football by FIFA's developers. Still, this is a downgrade from 89 last year. Griezmann also suffered the same 2-point drop, but you'd be hard-pushed to find many who'd favour the Frenchman over a similarly rated Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang or a lower-rated Timo Werner in-game. 2 players we'll come on to later. At the end of the scale though, Ansu Fati is just a 76, one lower than both Man United's Mason Greenwood and PSV's Mohamed Ihataren. These 2 teenagers also broke through and became established first-team players over the past season, with neither outperforming the Barcelona youngster. So surely Fati deserved a 77 here too. 5. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Heading to North London now, where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang continues to feel underrated by EA. For 2 years running, the Arsenal striker has been vocal on social media about his ratings, feeling he deserves a higher score. FIFA 20 rated him at 88, but the latest game has downgraded him to 87, which has not gone down well at all with the Gabon international. And we can sympathise with Aubameyang, who has a strong case to be aggrieved. The former Dortmund man has been prolific throughout his career and shows no signs of slowing down at 31 years old. In his first full season in England, he won the Golden Boot and has outscored Sergio Aguero and Harry Kane in the last 2 campaigns. Yet on FIFA 21, the Gunners forward is rated below both players. Even more puzzling are the players he's rated even with. There's no doubting the ability of Liverpool's Roberto Firmino and Barcelona's Griezmann, but they both underperformed in front of goal last term, with the latter scoring half of Aubameyang's tally in all competitions, yet rating higher for composure. Not all strikers should be judged merely on goals, but Oba is about as lethal a goalscorer as they come, and his rating should reflect that. 4. Romelu Lukaku. Another player who has openly criticised his rating is Inter Milan striker Romelu Lukaku. The Belgian had a terrific debut season in Italy, scoring 34 and assisting 6 in all competitions, a career best. He also helped Inter progress to the Europa League final by scoring in 6 consecutive games, and these impressive numbers surely justified an upgrade, but the 27-year-old's rating has remained at 85, 2 lower than in FIFA 19. One of Lukaku's strongest traits is his powerful left foot, yet his shot power has decreased in this year's game, and despite almost doubling Edin Dzeko's goal tally in all comps last term, EA have rated the Bosnian higher in shooting. The former Everton man can also feel hard done by when compared to the likes of Edinson Cavani. The Uruguayan forward spent much of the season on the sidelines, scoring just 7 goals in total, but has been handed a more generous score of 86. Even more surprisingly, Lukaku's rating is matched by teammate Christian Eriksen, who's had a nightmare start at the San Siro since moving from Spurs in January. Different positions make the comparison less fair, but Lukaku should be well clear of the Dane following their stark contrast in performance. 3. Adama Traoré. Taking 3rd spot on our list is Wolves winger Adama Traoré. The 24-year-old was always renowned for his pace, skill and strength, but often lacked composure in the final third. However, in 2019-20, the former Villa man proved his doubters wrong, adding goals and assists to his game. In all competitions, Traoré netted 6 and assisted 12, giving the likes of Jan Vertonghen, Benjamin Mendy and Andy Robertson a torrid time as he attacked down the right flank. His performance against Liverpool was so good that Reds boss Jurgen Klopp called him unplayable. The Spaniard's most prolific Premier League season to date should have seen him gain a significant upgrade, yet his FIFA numbers have only improved slightly as he remains below the 80 barrier at 79. That's the same rating as Pablo Fornals, Harvey Barnes and below Lucas Moura and Mason Mount, despite the Barcelona Academy graduate contributing more goals than all of them. The Wolves man does at least score more for strength, but remarkably isn't the strongest in his squad according to FIFA, with Willy Bolly taking the top spot. We can't help but think that if Traoré played for a traditional top 6 team, he'd have got the rating he deserves. 2. Chelsea. Taking a trip to Stamford Bridge now, where many eyebrows are raised over the ratings of their young stars. New signing Timo Werner has had a slow start to life in London, following his £45 million move from RB Leipzig. However, the German was in scintillating form last season, scoring a mammoth 34 goals in all competition, with 28 of those coming in the Bundesliga, only bettered by Robert Lewandowski. In the January update of FIFA 20, the 24-year-old had a rating of 86, but despite a career-best season, has been downgraded to 85. But there's a common theme of EA misjudging players throughout the Chelsea squad. Kepa Arrizabalaga has had a nightmare 2 seasons after becoming the world's most expensive goalkeeper, yet the Spaniard is rated as high as 82, above Man United's Dean Henderson, who had a stellar season on loan at Sheffield United last term. Meanwhile, American wonder kid Christian Pulisic lit up the Premier League with his displays last season, but the former Dortmund forward is graded just 81, less than Arsenal's Mesut Ozil, who's out of favour at the Emirates. Pulisic has also been rated lower than teammate Jorginho, and with the Italian ranked level with Chelsea fans' Player of the Season Mateo Kovacic, we're guessing that EA's developers weren't watching Chelsea too much last season. 1. Thiago Alcantara. Taking top spot is arguably the most underappreciated player in world football, Thiago Alcantara. The Spaniard joined Liverpool this summer for just £20 million, following a treble-winning season at Bayern. Manager Hansi Flick was gutted to see Thiago leave Bavaria, as the midfielder was pivotal to their success throughout the years, winning 17 trophies in 7 seasons in Germany. The 29-year-old was the linchpin of the side, wowing fans with his ball-winning, dribbling and incredible passing game. In 2019-20, he had the highest pass accuracy in the squad, and the season before he completed the most passes per game in the league. And he's already making his mark at Liverpool, completing 75 successful passes in just one half of football on his debut against Chelsea, a Premier League record. This all suggests that Thiago should be ranked among the game's elite, but EA have massively underrated him at 85, 2 less than last year. That's even more shocking when compared to teammate Jordan Henderson, who has a rating of 86, while Gini Wijnaldum has been ranked the same as the former Barcelona man. But perhaps worst of all is Paul Pogba's score, who despite continuously going missing in big matches for Man United, rates higher than Thiago and even outscores him for passing and vision. Let's hope FIFA 22 puts things right. So those are our 10 most shocking FIFA ratings, but who do you think was overrated and who was underrated? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss a video. We'll see you next time.